Thiruchitrambalam, Hara Hara Nama Parvati Pataye, Hara Hara Mahadeva, Sitsabesa, Sivasidambaram, Tenaruடைய சிவனே போற்றி நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி திருச்சிற்றம்பலம் எடுக்கும் மக்கதை இந்தமிழ்ச் செய்யுளாய் நடக்கும் மேன்மை நமக்கருள் செய்திட தடக்கை ஐந்துடை தாழ் செவி நீள்முடி கடக்களிற்றை கருத்துள்ளிருத்துவாம் உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலி வேணியின் அலகில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்து ஆடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவான் சைவத்தின் மேற்சமயம் வேறிலை அதில் சார் சிவமாம் தெய்வத்தின் மேற் தெய்வம் இல்லனும் நான் மறை செம்பொருள் வாய்மை வைத்த திருத்தேவாரமும் திருவாசகமும் இவை தரச் செய்த நால்வர் பொற்றாள் எம்முயிர் துணையே தில்லை வாழந்தனரே முதலாக சீர்படைத்த தொல்லையதாம் திருத்தொண்ட தொகையடியார் பதம் போற்றி ஒல்லையவர் புராணகதை உலகரியை விரித்து உரைத்த செல்வமலி குன்றத்துள் செக்கிழாரடி போற்றி ஆதாரமாகிய மாணிக்க வாசகர் பாதார விந்தம் பணிவோம் பண்டு செய்த தீதான பாவங்கள் எல்லாம் தீர்ந்து ஞானோதயம் வந்து கூடிடுமே திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Dear devotees, welcome back to the Periyapuranam Discourse series. By the grace of the Almighty Lord Shiva, today we're here to think through the part 2 of Brahman Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal Puranam. Let me bow my head to the lotus feet of the Thiruchitrambalam Swamigal and also to the lotus feet of 57 Kunambatti Kalyanapuri Adina, 57 Pontiff, Shilasi Guru Mahasanidhanam, Rajasarana Manikvasaga Swamigal as well. By the blessings of the Almighty Lord Shiva, let's go ahead and get started with Puranam. So last week, we discussed about the initial part of Thirunavukkarasu Puranam, how he became Dharmasena, became an expert in Jainism, and then Telagaudiya Thayar prayed to Lord Shiva to bring his brother back to Shaivism, and Shiva gave him the unimaginable and unbearable stomach pain. So Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal, when he was a Marulikya, he came to Atiradike, he met with his elder sister Telagaudiya Thayar, he paid his respect to Telagaudiya Thayar, and then he was so saddened by the intense pain of Solero, the stomach pain. Then Telagaudiya Thayar consoled him, said, "Don't worry, this was given by the Almighty Lord Shiva. Once you return to Shaivism, start serving Lord Shiva, this pain will vanish." And then she gave him the holy vibhuti and also holy vibhuti with the Shopanchaksha, Thiruvalan Thiruneeru Telagaudiya. You could see that in Periyapuranam. And then Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal felt some relief the moment he got the vibhuti from Telagaudiya Thayar. They went to the temple together. Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal started doing Ulavarappani, temple cleaning work, and he composed the wonderful Padigam Kutrainavaru Ilakahalir in Kollipan. The Almighty Lord Shiva blessed him, and then the Sulai Noi completely went away, and Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal was overwhelmed with joy because the unbearable stomach pain disappeared just by magic, by the grace of Almighty Lord Shiva. And then Tirudigi Virateshwarar, the Lord of Tirudigi himself, certified Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal and gave him a new name, Nayanar, which means the king of all tongues. We say tongue means words. Words come out of tongue. Right? So literally the meaning of king of words, Vagisa, Thirunavukkarasu, literal translation of the name of his previous birth. So Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal became an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva. His body was fully adorned by the white holy ash, vibhuti, and rudraksham. His mind was filled with the Shiva Panchakshara all the time. His speech became the songs of glory of Lord Shiva, reciting just padigams all the times. And then his work became to serve the Almighty Lord Shiva. And and his devotees to the best of his ability. So Thirunavukkar Swami became a Shaivite and an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva. So this news um, started to spread across the country, and then especially the Jain gurus, they came to know they came to know about the transformation of Dharmasena into Thirunavukkarasu Swami, and they went into a terrible rage. They all gathered in one place, and they're discussing how come Dharmasena got rid of the stomach pain. We did everything we could. We tried all the techniques in our religion. Nothing could work out. And he became a Shaivite, and then all of a sudden, by magic, the pain went away. It's unbelievable. And then they were also discussing it is not a good sign for their religion because the king follows Jainism. And if the king comes to know the truth, the Dharmasena became Thirunavukkara Swami, became a Saivite because of the Almighty Lord Shiva's blessings. He got rid of the stomach pain. Then the king may become a Shaivite as well. He may kick us out of the country. And then our religion will slowly vanish. So then they decided to plan something in a wrong way to kill Dharmasena. In their mind, he's still Dharmasena, but he has been transformed into Thirunavukkara Swamigal, which they didn't know that yet. So they wanted to do something to harm Thirunavukkara Swamigal, otherwise they'll be into trouble. So one of the guru was suggesting, because his elder sister is a Shaivite, he also wanted to become a Shaivite. So he just lied to us as if he had a stomach pain, which he never had. He became a Shaivite and he just lying, it went away. That was the story, friend. Think about it. Religious leaders are planning like this. So the whole group aligned on this framed story, and they decided they took a vow to destroy Dharmasena. And then they went to meet the king. They went to the palace. They informed the guards, and then the guard went to the king. Said, "A lot of Jain gurus came to meet you." Then the king said, "Please bring them to my place immediately." They all went and said, "All of you came at this time. Anything emergency?" Then the head of that group, he said, "Yes, king, we came here on a rush to inform you about Dharmasena. You know, he was an expert of Jainism, was playing a pivotal role in spreading our religion across this country. But now, all of a sudden, he became a Shaivite." Then they say, "It's okay, he can become a Shaivite, it's his right, it's wish, we don't have any problem with that." But he just lied to us as if he had a stomach pain which we could not cure. And then he went to Shaivism, he became a Shaivite, and everything went away like back to normal. I think he insulted you, your religion, and our God. He should be punished. Then they framed a story that was full of lies, pre-planned lies, and then the ultimate aim was to make the king angry about Thirunavukkara Swamigal. And then they did that, and then the king asked them, "What do we do?" And they said, "He should be given due punishment for this treachery." The king agreed. Then he called the ministers, and then sent the guards to arrest Dharmasena and bring him to this darbar. So the group of guards headed by a minister went to Tiradigai. Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal was praying to Almighty Lord Shiva, reciting Padigams, doing Ulavarapani. They said, "Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal, we have an order from the king to take you back to the palace. We're arresting you." King, then Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal sang a wonderful Thiruthondagam, Thiruchitrambalam. "நாமார்க்கும் குடியல்லோம் நமனை அஞ்சோம் நரகத்தில் இடர்படோம் நடலை எல்லோம் ஏமாப்போம் பிணியறியோம் பணிவோம் அல்லோம் இன்பமே எந்நாளும் துன்பமில்லை தாமார்க்கும் குடியல்லா சங்கரனை நற்சங்கவன் குழையோர் காதில் கொண்ட கோமார்க்கே என்றும் மீளா ஆளாய் பொய்மலர் சேவடியினையே குறுகினோமே. Thiruchitrambalam, wonderful Tirthandagam. I would strongly recommend devotees, if you have not recited this Padigam, please go ahead and do plan some time to recite this Padigam. It's a wonderful Padigam. Every word needs to be literally experienced. Please plan to do that. So the meaning of the Padigam, that this song is, he says, Namarkum Kudiyallo. We're not slaves to anyone else. Namanayanjo. We are not afraid of even Yaman, who takes the souls, who kills and takes the souls. Nadalai Naragatil Idarpadom. We won't suffer in hell. Nadalai Yellow. We're not stuck in this body and the worldly stuff. Emapom Pinierio Panivo Malno. We will be happy forever. We don't have any disease. We will not serve anyone else except the Almighty Lord Shiva. Every day we have only joy, no sorrow. We became eternal slaves of Shankara, who is the Almighty Lord that rules the whole universe. No one above him. He has a nice ring in his one ear, Sangavan Kule. We have surrendered ourselves to his lotus feet. So we're not afraid of anything. But still, Thirunavukkarasu respected the gods because they have an order to execute. He did accept the order. You want to take me to the king? I'm coming, but I'm just letting you know my take. I don't care who your king is. Then he accepted the order, and then the gods took the Thirunavukkarasu back to the king's palace and brought him in front of the king. Thirunavukkarasu was the personification of pure piety, whereas the other gurus who framed lies and misled the king were the personification of pure enmity. The Pallava king asked them, what punishment can we give to Dharmasena? Then the Jain guru said, King, let's lock him inside a slaked lime kiln. They wanted to kill Thirunavukkarasu. They don't want Thirunavukkarasu to be alive. That was the ultimate aim. But the Almighty Lord of Tirudiyai, Virateshwar temple, Swami is with Thirunavukkarasu, which they did not know. Kiln means it's a type of a large oven used for making bricks and clay objects. The temperature inside will be extremely high. Anything we put inside that kiln, you won't even find a trace of that object, even if it's a metal or anything like that. And putting a human inside the oven, I don't have to explain what would happen. And they said, we will lock him inside the slaked lime kiln for 7 days. That's the punishment he deserves. So there was neither Nayanar was arrested. There was neither a formal hearing nor was he given a chance to explain his side, but the judgment was made. And judgment was made and the punishment announced. Nayanar was locked up in a kiln, and constant vigil was kept over the kiln because they think he should not somehow come out of it. He should be inside. The Thirunavukkarasu was kept inside the kiln. Upper Swami prayed to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva made the burning fire of kiln did not scorch Navukkarasu at all. It became as cool as a gentle breeze and and a pond of cold water and the cool moonlight and the sweet music from y'all. That's how that oven become. So Navukkarasu also composed a wonderful Thirukurandogai Padiyam when he was inside the oven. Thiruchitrambalam. மாசில் வீணையும் மாலை மதியமும் வீசு தென்றல வெங்கில வேணிலும் மூசு வண்டரை பொய்கையும் போன்றது ஈசன் எந்தை இணையடி நிழலே. He was experiencing the wonderful bliss of being in the at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. So it was like as cool as gentle breeze, a pond of cold water, and a cool moonlight and sweet music from Lord. It was not it turned opposite. And then 7 days over, a week gone, all the Jain gurus came in along with the king, and the room was open after 7 days. They were not hoping to see it, even a trace of the Nagaraswamigal, but it was a big shock to them. Nagaraswamigal was very much alive and in ecstasy. He was more and more brilliant. He looked really brilliant and happy than before. The Jain gurus assumed that, okay, then the king was a bit confused. What happened? How can it be? I just don't get it. And they convinced the king. No, king, he has learned all the tactics of a religion. Remember, we taught him everything. So he survived this ordeal by chanting our Jain mantra and uttered to escape death. But surely he cannot survive eating a poison food. So the second punishment to him is, let's give him a cooked rice mixed with milk and a deadly snake poison. And they did it. And rice mixed with milk and deadly snake poison was fed to the Nagaraswamigal. And Nagaraswamigal ate that, knowing it had poison. And he said that he ate the poison food, uttering the words for the devotees of the Almighty Lord Shiva. Even the poison will transform into nectar. Nanjum avadamam engal adanadiyarku, because the Almighty Lord Shiva transformed the Alagala poison into a wonderful nectar for devas. Shiva again transformed the poison into a nourishing nectar for the Nagaraswamigal. Days, many hours gone, the Nagaraswamigal was alive, and then again cheerful after eating the poison food. And then the Jain gurus decided, we tried 2 attempts, nothing could happen to the Nagaraswamigal. Something is protecting him. They didn't know that it was Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was keeping him safe. Then the Jain gurus decided that they would employ a mad elephant to trample the head of the Nagaraswamigal. This time, surely, he wouldn't be able to escape from this punishment. Then they picked up a mad elephant from the elephant force of the king. It was let loose. It was running all over the streets, creating chaos, and it went right in front of the Nagaraswamigal in a big ground. The elephant was extremely angry and ready to destroy anything that's on its way, and they kept the Nagaraswamigal on its way. Nagaraswamigal looked at the elephant. He sang a wonderful padiyam. Thiruchitrambalam. சுண்ணவன் சந்தன சாந்தும் சுடத்திங்கள் சூளாமணியும் வண்ண உரிவை உடையும் வளரும் பவள நிறமும் அண்ணல் அரண்முரணேரும் அகழவளாயரவும் தின்னன் கெடில புனலும் உடையார் ஒருவர் தமர் நாம் அஞ்சுவது யாதொன்றும் இல்லை அஞ்ச வருவதும் இல்லை, அஞ்சுவது யாதொன்றும் இல்லை, அஞ்ச வருவதும் இல்லை. Thiruchitrambalam. Upper Swamigal was unafraid, and he said, "There is nothing that scares me in this world, nor is there anything worthy of being scared of." அஞ்சுவது யாதொன்றுமில்லை, அஞ்ச வருவதுமில்லை for Shiva devotee. Then the angry elephant calmed down as it went near Thirunavukkarasu. It went around Thirunavukkarasu and paid it respect, and it became a very polite, calm elephant. The Jain gurus did not expect this dramatic change in the elephant. So then they ordered the Mahout to instruct the elephant to kill Upper Swamigal. And the Mahout tried to induce the elephant. Then the elephant got so wild that it flung the Mahout on the ground and killed him. It also charged on the remaining Jain gurus standing on the ground, killed some of them as well. Those who survived took to their heels, ran for their lives. But still, the Jain gurus wouldn't give up so easily, because they had so much enmity and vengeance for Thirunavukkarasu. This is their last attempt. They were discussing with the king. The king said, "We did everything we could. We couldn't punish him. He's coming back. And very powerful." Then they said, "This time we will tie Thirunavukkarasu to a heavy rock and throw the rock into the sea. That's the only way, king. He will not come back." Then the king said, "Okay, let's do it." Imagine Upper Swamigal survived the slaked lime kiln, and then poisoned food, mad elephant as well. So 3 attempts failed. So 4th attempt is to tie Thirunavukkarasu up with a huge rock and throw him into the sea. And imagine how big the rock they would have chosen. Such a huge rock they had chosen. Kept Thirunavukkarasu over the rock. They tied it. The ropes were like as big as the ropes that we usually see in car festivals of Shiva temples. Theravadam. Such a huge rope they used to tie Thirunavukkarasu up with the huge rock. Upper Swamigal said, "Whatever may happen, I'll sing the praise of the Almighty Lord Shiva." And then they took him on a big ship, took the rock along with Upper Swamigal in a big ship. They went to the middle of the ocean, and then they threw Upper Swamigal along with the huge rock in the middle of the sea. Imagine how cruel the mindset would have been. Upper Swamigal was praying to the Almighty Lord Shiva. The rope binding him to the rock fell off by itself. The heavy stone started floating like a boat, and Thirunavukkarasu was sitting over the rock, and the rock was floating like a boat, and it safely reached to the seashore of Thirupadripudiyur. Upper Swamigal sang a wonderful padikam when they throw him into the sea. Thiruchitrambalam. Sotrunai vediyan sodivanavan பொற்றுணை திருந்தடி பொருந்த கை தொழ கற்றுணை பூட்டியோர் கடலில் பாய்ச்சினும் நற்றுணையாவது நம சிவாயவே. So Namah Shivaya Mantram Sri Panchakshara saved Upper Swamigal, and Upper Swamigal safely reached to the seashore of the Padripuliyur. He went, and Padripuliyur, Shiva devotees in Padripuliyur welcomed Upper Swami. They went inside the temple, and then Upper Swamigal Prior to the Lord in Tirupati, the whole world was stunned to watch this miracle of a floating rock. Thirunavukkar Swamigal carried a small plough, which we call Ulavara Padai, an instrument used to clean the temple. And it is used to level the uneven ground in the temple premises, also remove some plants and so on. And Thirunavukkar Swamigal is doing Udavarapani in Tirupati. The people visiting the temple were thrilled to see the Thirunavukkar Swamigal Thiruvedam adorned with the holy ash and carrying this plough. And then Pallava king finally realized his foolishness and ignorance in trying to punish a great devotee, Upper Swamigal, who the Lord Shiva himself held in great favor. And then he realized we made a big mistake by following what the Jain gurus were saying blindly. So he got rid of them, and then he kicked them out of the country. He went looking for Thirunavukkar Swamigal to beg for his pardon. Meanwhile, Thirunavukkar Swamigal reached Tiradigai after visiting many Shiva temples on the way. He sang many padigams praising the glory of Thiruvirattaneshwarar, and he did his humble service in the temple Tiradigai. That the news reached Pallava king that Thirunavukkar Swamigal is in Tiradigai, and the king reached Tiradigai with his retinue and the players of auspicious musical instruments, and he fell at the feet of Thirunavukkar Swamigal, who he had wrongly, terribly punished, and begged for his forgiveness. Please forgive me. I was misled by Jain Guru. I shouldn't have done it. Then he became a devotee of Lord Shiva. He became a Shaivit, thanks to the kindness of the British of Thirunavukkar Swamigal. So after returning to his kingdom, he destroyed the Jain schools and other religious places. Then he constructed a new temple, Shiva temple called Gunavarishwara. It's still close to Tiradigai. If you can see the temple. So think about the chain of events happened in Thirunavukkar Swami's life. He became a devotee of Shiva, and then imagine devotees. He was arrested and he was kept in slaked lime kiln for 7 days, given poisoned food, and then sent him in front of a mad elephant, then tied him up on a rope and throw him in the ocean. What else they could do against the Upper Swami? But as Upper Swamigal surrendered himself to Lord Shiva, Shiva protected him. There is a lot more to discuss in the upcoming sessions. For today, let's close the session, and then we'll continue the part 3 in the next class. Thiruchitrambalam. Thirunavukkarasu வளர்த்திருத்தொண்டின் நெறிவாழ வருஞான தவமுனிவர் வாகி சர்வாய்நிதிகள் பெருநாம சீர்பரவல் உருகின்றேன் பேருலகில் ஒரு நாவு குறை செய்ய உண்ணாமை உணராதேன் என்றும் இன்பம் பெருகும் இயல்பினால் ஒன்று காதலித்துள்ளோம் முங்கிட மன்றுளார் அடியார் அவர் வான்புகழ் நின்றது எங்கும் நிலவே உலகலாம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஹர ஹர நம பார்வதி பதையே ஹர ஹர மகாதேவா. சிற்சபேசா சிவசிதம்பரம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, திருநின்று செம்மே செம்மையா கொண்ட பெருமான் திருநாவுக்கரசு சுவாமிகள் மரடிகள் போற்றி போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.